Hello everybody, it is March 4th, 2008, and this is Super Saiyan Krillin, and today I'm going to talk about the Druid class. And before I talk about the Druid class, I want to say I apologize for not making videos recently. I've been working on my mage a lot, and probably in some other alts that I'm playing on also, and I've been pretty busy. And also with other social things and shit. Um, I now have a bit of a sore throat, so sorry if I don't speak any clearly, but the Druid class. There are 3 specs to a Druid. There's Balance, Restoration, and Feral Combat. Now, one of the unique things about Druids is they have the ability to shapeshift. And what shapeshifting is that, I don't know how many shapes there are, or whatever, okay, they could shapeshift you into a bear, cat, sea lion, a bird, a boomkin, what else? A tree, and some other things, and they each do something different. And bear form. We'll talk about bear form. Bear form is for tanking, and I'm pretty sure I explained tanking before. Um, Bear form is pretty much you can tank in that form. You have tanking abilities to control threat, and if you're just in regular form, you can't use those abilities. So you have to be in bear form to be a tank. And so bear is basically tanking. It deals moderate DPS. So yeah, pretty much. And cat form, which is the main DPSer, it deals the most DPS out of all the forms. What I think so. I don't know about the boomkin. The boomkin, if you're confused by it, it's like an owl. It's like a human slash owl, and it has antlers. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'll show you a picture of it after this video. Then there's the tree form. The tree form, it's the healing one. It's healing. It increases up your healing, decreases the mana to be able to cast those healing spells, and it's really good. And Boomkin. Now talk about that form. It's a casting form, which is it's not very different from the regular form. It's just that it increases the crit chance by 3% and something else. Something else I can't even remember. But it's pretty good. I see all balanced druids are in that kind of form because it increases their DPS, and it's a good thing. And now to talk about the specs. And as I said before, balance, restoration, and feral combat. Sorry. Balance. Balance is pretty much the casting, the range DPS part of the druid talent tree, and it's not bad. I must say, it pretty much rivals my mage, which I think is completely unfair. But I'll get to that in another kind of video, kind of thing. But yeah, it deals pretty good DPS. I don't have anything against it at all, and it's a good thing. It's good, very good. Now, restoration, which is the healing kind of thing. Resto druids, they're one of the hardest classes to kill, boys and girls. They're like very hard because unlike the other healing classes, they have the priest is the only other healing class that has a hot, and what a hot is abbreviated hot for healing over time. And what's happening is a druid has 5 hots on him, 5 healing over times. I think there's 5. I can't remember. My memory's going wild. Anyways, yeah, they're having 5 hots on him. They're having 5 hots on him, and so pretty much when you're dealing damage, they're already healing and they're not doing anything. And that's pretty much weird. That's pretty bold. How you're dealing damage and all of a sudden it's all healed back up because those hots are keep going up and they keep on healing them, and I think that's pretty. Ugh. That's pretty lame. Lame. Okay, next, and it's a pretty decent raid healer. So if you want to pick a great raid healer, go for druid or go for priest, whatever kind of suits you. And next spec is feral combat. Feral combat is the tanking slash DPS kind of druid, and it focuses on your shapeshifted forms. and it gives bonuses to your tanking abilities in bear form, bonuses to your damage in cat form, that kind of thing. Feral druids are pretty hard to beat in PvP, not as hard as a resto druid or a discipline priest, but whatever. But they're pretty nice DPS and raids, so I've seen, and yeah, they're pretty good. What else can I talk about? On once they get to level 64, they can have, unlike any other class, they can have their own kind of flying mount. Instead of being on a flying mount, how every class, it's like you actually are the flying mount, and like you're flying out, and you don't like see yourself on the mount. You're just like you are the mount, and you're just like flying all over the place. And I think that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much all I got to say. It's a great class. It can be pretty hard-assed if it levels 1 to 10 before you get the bear form class, but otherwise, leveling is pretty nice. It's I'd recommend a lot of, or one of the classes I'd recommend to start off with, because like maybe you don't know like what kind of class to pick, but a druid, they can perform all classes. Like I don't, maybe not as good as not as good, but like just slightly maybe not as good, but they're still good. So if you're confused, if you wanted to be healer, tank, DPS, that kind of thing, just make a druid. Make a druid or a paladin, and then that way, once you're in a guild and you're level 70, you can just choose whichever kind of thing you like best, instead of like, oh, I should have made a healer, I should have made a tank, blah blah blah. But this way you can just respec and just change gear. And same thing with the paladin. It's great. It's great. I probably should have thought of that. To me, honestly, but peace out, kids. And again, sorry for not making any videos recently. See you later.